A contingency plan is an agenda stakeholders can enact to protect an asset. Investors can provide primary, complementary, or supplementary goods and services. An example of a primary good is electricity sold by a regional service provider. A primary service used in energy production is the natural gas combined cycle, also known as NGCC. Wind power production is a supplementary service. Wind is one of the natural resources used to produce alternative energy. The resource is a supplement to a primary energy source and a backup power supply used during extreme or emergency events. On a micro scale, a 1500-volt backup power supply provides alternative energy. The power supply is an energy source sold for commercial and residential use. An owner can plug electronic devices into a power supply to access an uninterrupted power supply. A battery charged to full capacity can provide an uninterrupted power supply for 60 minutes. The battery power can energize phones, computers, tablets, audio, video, and other electronic devices. The lead-acid battery in an uninterrupted power supply reaches the end of life between 3 to 6 years after regular use. Consumers must recycle a battery because discarding or improperly disposing of a lead-acid battery is illegal. Wind-powered energy is a microscale example of supplementary power. Wind is a fluid due to the properties in air. Nitrogen, oxygen, and other elements are the properties in air. Nitrogen is the most significant property in air. Oxygen and argon make up a large percentage of air. Carbon dioxide, helium, methane, and other substances are elements in the gas. Wind generates when air moves. Conditions in the earth form wind. Weather, climate, and geographic conditions are factors of wind production. Air pressure is a factor of wind production. Molecules in the air are active in warm conditions and less active in cooler conditions. Wind is a product of the differences in air density. Fluid air in low pressure areas can move in all directions because the substance is dimensionless. Wind is energy in motion in a form of kinetic energy. A sustainable and constant airflow is essential for power generation. Wind is conducive to power generation because of the fluid consistency and sustainability. Constant wind flow can propel wind turbine blades and activate internal mechanical equipment. Wind turbines can rotate because the rotating assembly enables functions. The impeller, shaft, and the gearbox make up the rotating assembly. Rotating equipments create mechanical energy. A gearbox in the system provides electrical energy. The gearbox produces mechanical energy. A shaft connects the gearbox and the generator. Mechanical energy rotates the shaft connected to the generator. Components in the generator function and produce electricity. Wind turbines produce AC electricity. The AC electricity travels from a wind turbine to a transformer. A transformer conditions the resource, and some substations are the locations of transformers. A transformer can condition electricity to specific standards. Distribution transformers condition electricity to increase the voltage. Wind turbines produce 690 volts of electricity. Various factors affect the electrical power. Stepping up electricity is essential for transmission purposes. Electricity distributed to a transformer can increase from 690 volts to a higher voltage. The Department of Energy provided context about the process. Quote, transformers receive AC, also known as alternative current, electricity at one voltage and increase or decrease the voltage to deliver the electricity as needed. A wind power plant will use a step-up transformer to increase the voltage, thus reducing the required current, which decreases the power losses that happen when transmitting large amounts of current over long distances with transmission lines. When electricity reaches a community, transformers reduce the voltage to make it safe and usable by building and homes in the community. End of quote. Electricity produced by a wind turbine travels to a substation, in some cases located within a wind farm. The substation accepts electricity generated by turbines in the wind farm. A component in the transformer increases the voltage. Voltage is proportional to the physical component features. Electricity distributed to a step-up transformer enters a primary coil. Magnetism of the primary coil induces the transformer core and activates a secondary coil. The secondary coil increases the voltage. Wind power energy production is a traditional practice in specific regions. Most wind energy production in the United States happens in the Great Plains region. The prevalence of wind in Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Colorado factors into the potential to generate energy. Geographic conditions in the Panhandle region of the United States are conducive to wind production. Amarillo, Texas is the windiest city in the United States. Plainview, Texas is less than 100 miles from Amarillo, Texas. More than 200 turbines in the wind farm located in Hale County provide power for Xcel Energy. Sustainable development is a milestone Xcel Energy stakeholders plan to achieve. Xcel Energy provided a statement about future goals. Quote, company envisions an energy mix that balances economic renewable resources with dispatchable, always available generation that guarantees reliable energy to fill the gaps in intermittent resources such as wind and solar. Xcel Energy has been a national leader in providing renewable energy for its customers, and company-owned wind farms have saved customers $4 billion in available fuel costs and earned tax credits since 2017. The latest renewable addition to the company, New Mexico and Texas system, have contributed to a 52% reduction in carbon emissions. In previous state resource plans, Xcel Energy has been successful in leveraging available federal funding, and the company expects to explore opportunities to tap into the Inflation Reduction Act to keep costs low for new projects. End of quote. Xcel Energy stakeholders support renewable energy production. An Xcel Energy customer can participate in net energy metering. Customers in Amarillo, Texas can pay an adjusted monthly electrical bill. Eligible customers can sell their unused electricity. A fee for the net metering program and a charge for the electricity used are items a customer will see on the adjusted bill. Amarillo is one of the only Texas cities offering the buyback program. The program primarily relates to solar-powered energy production.